Hey, you savage fuckers. It's Greg Med from Med for Knife, MKTUSA, and ASK Knives and all that. How's it going? I just got a big huff from the gal on the camera. Don, you don't have to huff at me. That's my hi to everybody. Hi, everybody. I can't believe I got a huff. I got a mom huff right at the beginning of a video, and you guys saw it on the camera. Hey, this is a batch of knives going out to KnifeJoy. Now, it's representative. It's not all the knives. So what happened is, Amy's gotten so busy, she asked me if I would spell her on some of the videos, so I'm going to do a couple of videos. And we had taken me off the videos because people were like all offended and they had Trumpitis. And then people have been like pinging us to get me back on to do the videos. So I guess they're having Trump withdrawal. So here I am, a full-on Trumpectomy. We are, let's get down on the table and check out the knives. So let's start over here. We've got a couple of MIDI Marauders. So I don't know how Amy does these because I don't watch her videos, you guys, but I'm going to call out some specs about it. It's an S35VN brushed blade. It's lovely. It's got an American flag laser etched into the surface, blue ano with contrasting titanium hardware everywhere. Sexy, sexy knife, Americana, yummy. This is a blacked out version of the same knife, okay? So this is an S35VN with Armalube all over, flamed contrast hardware. Super, super sexy. Back up here. So for those of you who don't know, Armalube, people say, is it DLC, is it PVD, is it this, is it that? There's a lot of different types of coatings, and they're all in the family of coatings called cathodic arc technology. And this is a unique type of cathodic arc coating where the parts are hung in an autoclave, which is a vacuum chamber. They're heated up to a temperature that doesn't interfere with the draw of the blade and affect the hardness. They're charged, and then there's a cathode of a, what would you call it, a sacrificial mineral or element of metal, and then it forms some gases introduced into the chamber, and it forms a negatively charged ionic gas, which bonds into the surface molecularly of the metal. So it doesn't stick to the outside like paint. It actually bonds into the surface. You can think about it a little bit like sheetrock is just nailed onto the front of studs, and then there used to be the old lath and plaster, and as they troweled on the plaster, it squeezed in and became part of the wall. You could never take the plaster off the wall. You had to cut the lath out also. It's very much like that. It's integral to the surface, so very cool coatings. When you see everyone talk about our black coating, it is always Armalube, and it is always that way. It was developed for deep water drilling and US Navy submarine applications. So it's got great saline, it's got a crystalline structure that makes it very saline blocking. It's a really amazing product. Back down on the table, please. We've got 3 infractions, various versions of various forms of PVD. So PVD handles faced with contrast hardware. This is hard to pick up on camera, but this surface here is brushed titanium, and everything else is blackout hardware and contrast. Ridiculous knife. This would make Nishimoto claw for one of these. Nishimoto would want one of those. This is an all blackout infraction, and it's got contrast flame treated hardware with a flame treated clip. You know, we do this because it just accentuates everything to have this matching but contrasting textures and colors. If it's all black, it all disappears. It doesn't look as nice, in my opinion. What are we calling this finish? They have a name for it. Do you know?
Galaxy.
Galaxy. That makes sense. So this is going to be black on the non-presentation side with contrasting hardware, and on the presentation side, it's been faced, and then it's had our Galaxy heat treat finish done to it. Super cool knife, S35VN blade, obviously. We've got 4 Praetorian slims. We've got 2 drop points, 2 Tontos, all S35VN. This has got our falling, I think we call this falling leaf. This has just got a little filigree on it, kind of 19th century scroll work, like you might see carved or scrolled into a printing block. Standard flame treat, and then this one has been faced and tumbled. Oh no, this is just tumbled. So tumbled with opposing hardware, This is our slimmest. This is the Praetorian Genesis, shrunk down vertically, reproportioned, and then done in 1/8" slabs. Just a sexy knife. This is all blackout on one side, blackout and flame on the other. This is tumble contrast hardware with contrast flaming. So you could see artistically trying to tie all this together and really make it kind of an integral piece. This is blackout with bronze hardware, which I think just looks sexy. I don't like it as much with blue hardware, but I really dig it with the bronze hardware. I love it with the bronze clip and the black. Something really cool about that. It's almost like a blacked out Mercedes with a gold emblem on it. There's just something kind of pimp about that knife. And this, one of my favorite knives I've ever designed. People say, oh, how is this a Medford knife? It's just one of my most current knives that I've had. The factory let me make some new stuff and finally gave me a space to make some new stuff. It's got our Magnus ground tip on it, which is a trick for geometry to give you a really tough tip. It's got our big waterfall hollow ground blade, tumbled spring side, tumbled D pocket carry titanium clip. It's got, what's this dog's name? Patton's dog's name's Willie. Contrast hardware, and a crimson red M48 aluminum integral back strap frame lock pocket knife. You can see an evolution of my first generation and second generation and kind of where we're at right now as the wars have wound down and we don't have hundreds of thousands of soldiers downrange wanting really versatile heavy use tools. And we've gone towards more of a civilian market, pocket friendly, everyday carry style of knife. My design sentiments have changed. A lot of my mechanical sentiments have not changed. No play, snug when new, break-in required, and so it lasts forever, perfect fitment. All of that obsession that I started with is still there, and I've brought it down to a kind of a more everyday carry, pocket-friendly style of knife. So this stuff's headed out to KnifeJoy. It's not all of the stuff. They had a lot of knives coming. This is representative of what's coming to them. So if you guys want, you can reach out to them. Let me give you some information. Their website, if you don't know, and I'm sure you already do, it's knifejoy.com. Nothing tricky, no weird spelling. Do we give out their number usually? If you want, you can call them up. Their number is 870-318-7408. They are in Arkansas, which reminds me of that UFC fighter we saw a couple days ago say, you know, I'm not going to damn Russia because I don't know what's going on over there and I don't believe anybody what they're saying about any of it. But if they come over here, I will dig my boots in Arkansas ground and fight till I'm dead. Great state of Arkansas. KnifeJoy. Guys, check it out. Greg Medford, Medford Knife, MKT USA. Check us out at medfordknife.com. We have gone anti-social. So if you want to see what's going on with us, go to medfordknife.com. Fuck Instagram, fuck Facebook, and fuck all the other social media. They can just eat a bag of dicks, as you well know. I'm out.